Devers in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. Here comes the 0-1. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Splitter in the dirt. Out. 2 away now after the drop third strike. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Willie Adames stands in. He's 0 for 1.
Willie Adames.
Hey! This one in the air, right field. And a foul ball. Nice grab. Fires to first, and they get the out. Giants go down quietly. They trail here 1-0.
Leading up for the Phillies, the shortstop, Ray Turner.
Nope. On the ground to Devers. He steps on the bag. 1 gone, bottom of the 3rd inning.
Up next for the Phillies, the first baseman, number 3, Ryan Harper.
Back to the mound. He's got it. Tosses to first. And 2 straight set down to begin the bottom of the 3rd.
The designated hitter.
2 outs, base is empty. Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here. First round pick out of Indiana back in 2014. Hey! Swing and a miss. 0-2 now.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
Swings and misses. Struck him out. Phillies go down quietly in the inning, but they still lead it 1-0. Welcome back. Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far. Next offering is fouled back. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that's 6 Ks for him in this one.
Well, he really filled up the strike zone in that at bat until that final pitch. And as a hitter, you sense that they're coming after you, not dancing around the strike zone. They want to attack, and so you kind of get into swing mode, and you have to protect the plate. That's when you become really susceptible to something that makes you chase, and that's exactly what happened right there.
That's a strike. On the ground. Fair ball. Luis Ariz stands in. He's been a great free agent side. Aye. And that one fouled off. Here's the 0-2. To the right side. And that one handled to first. Fine play in the hole for the out.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution. Pretty rare location right there, right down the middle. This guy paints the edges. I'm not sure if you're going to see that pitch again as a hitter.
Tying run in scoring position. Top half of inning number 4. Swing and a high fly ball right field. And that'll do it. One hit, one left. We're midway in the 4th. It's the Phillies 1 and the Giants. Nothing. Back at Citizens Bank Park, bottom 4, JT Real Muto stands in for the Phillies. Singing, he's currently the team leader in runs scored. And a big swing and a miss.
Well, he's been aggressive right out of the box, and a smart pitcher is going to play off of that, especially when you get to 2 strikes.
Sets him down on strikes. That's the first fastball we've seen today. Made it look easy.
Well, he went up there trying to be aggressive, that's for sure, hacking at those first 2 pitches, but clearly that last one fooled him. He could have been sitting on something else entirely, but you want to be able to adjust on 0-2 and at least get a swing off when it's in the zone. Maybe choke up, maybe spread out your stance a little bit. You got to give the guy credit on the mound, though. He went right after him. If you want to highlight a portion of the season where he's been really good at driving runners in to score, you can circle his last 10 games.
And that's in for a strike. And a count 2-1. Just missed.
Oh, they have had a hard time scoring in this one. The pitcher out there on the mound wants to keep attacking, make sure that they don't get any confidence.
Swings through that one. That's ball 4. Tried another sweeper, but couldn't find his zone.
For the Phillies, the third baseman, number 24, Pedro.
So man aboard, and now for the Phillies, Pedro Leon. To third might be 2. There's 1, and that's 2. Offense held in check there. We're headed to the 5th. It's the Phillies 1 and the Giants nothing. You're watching Phillies baseball on the show Northeast. here at the ballpark. Let's check out the latest news from around the league.
All these Giants just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today. It's been tough for them to make contact at times, and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
And the tying run is on base.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
One of the first real jams of the game for him, Boog. Back-to-back singles to start the inning, and he's had a real solid outing, but he needs to lock this situation down if he wants it to stay that way.
Check in the box now. Take strike one. In the air, right field. Garcia should have this one. He's got it. Runner tags at second. Not in time. The tying run stands at third with one out, and a fly ball could knock this one up.
No, that's down.
That pitch down. At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
In the dirt, runners hold. Count moves to 2-0. Two on, one out.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Next pitch is downstairs.
He hasn't fallen behind in the count like this all day. He's in danger of walking his first batter right here.
In the dirt, kicks away from the catcher. Bailey up to second, runner at third holds, so both runners are now in scoring position.
Got to take advantage of this opportunity now because of the wild pitch. They've got two runners in scoring position. Good time for the hitter to lock in, put the ball in play hard somewhere.
Phillies fans want a strikeout. This one belted deep left field, on its way, gone. And Raffy muscles one out of here. His 7th home run of the season. Adames in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. The 0-1. Right through there for a strike. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Picks up strikeout number 7.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
Up the middle. Whips it to first. They don't come much closer than that. Bang, bang play to end the inning. When the Giants go deep, it's bye-bye, baby. Here's Citizens Bank Park, bottom of the inning. Brandon Marsh stands in for the Phillies. And a base hit up the middle. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play. When you're taking your lead over there at first, you got to be very careful. This guy on the mound's got a good pickoff move.
Ball, that's upstairs.
Hit on the ground to short. Lays out. Oh, it's off his glove. That leaves him without a throw, and that leaves them with runners at first and second.
Up next for the Phillies,
Well, that may end up being an at-bat we go back to later on when this game is over.
First and second, no outs. Last half of inning number 5. Trying to move the runners over. Devers. They tag him for the out as both runners move up on the sacrifice.
The batter, number 7, shortstop, Trey Turner.
Up steps Trey Turner in a pivotal spot. Golden opportunity right here. Activity for the first time in that bullpen down there. Sam Hentges, the left-hander, is getting that big fastball of his ready to go. Peguero warming up as well. The 1-0. And another ball. March, the runner at third. Sosa at second with one away. Ground ball up the middle. Dives, but it's off his glove. 1 runs in.
Well, here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
Hit on the ground, might be 2. The flip, there's 1. Got him. The double play cuts down the potential tying run. We're through 5. It's the Giants 3 and the Phillies 2. You're watching Phillies baseball on the show Northeast. Welcome back. It's been a great game, so let's take another look at the most important moment so far. Elliot Ramos, the next to hit.
Hey.
He starts him with the fastball, and that's a pitch that's right in his wheelhouse. You need to be careful against him with that one.
Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2. Fly ball down the line, and that one is foul, so we'll try it again. The 0-2. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
I'd say a mistake pitch in an 0-2 count. Too good of a pitch to hit right there. You have to expand the zone. Keep that leadoff man off first base.
Ball, that's out.
The 1-1. Fought off foul. Gets a piece and stays alive.
Well, the good thing so far is that he hasn't issued any free passes. Unfortunately, they're making pretty good contact, so not getting the swings and misses and making that defense work behind it.
Out towards right center field, and that'll fall for a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out. Casey Schmidt, the next Giant to hit. And fouled off. Ground ball left side and foul ball.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
base hit into the outfield. Runner around third. The tag, and he's in there for 2 now.
Well, he comes through clutch with the RBI single. That was big. Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Zach Wheeler won't go any further, and it's going to be a start that he'd like to get a redo on. Not his best. Back with the new arm in a minute.
Now pitching for the
Tanner
Phillies,
Banks on the pitch here.
Bringing in the lefty with a left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out.
Hey!
That misses, and the count even 1-1. The Giants trying to break this one open, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Oh, great stop. There's 1 and 2. What a play.
Hey, they played the matchup right there. Worked out perfectly. Got the ground ball double play, and that changes the complexion of this inning entirely.
Here's the catcher, Patrick Bailey. 1 for 2.
Ball.
On the ground right side. Tosses to first. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now 4-2. Yep. Bottom 6. Here's the Phillies DH, Kyle Schwarber.
Well, these Phillies putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. The numbers help tell the story. I mean, they've been sitting fastball, and it's paying off in a big way. So far with 6 hits against that pitch alone.
Nope, outside.
And that's a great way for a lineup to dominate a game, because if a pitcher can't rely on his fastball to get outs, I mean, that puts a lot of pressure on the rest of his pitches to be effective.
That's ripped to right down the line. Base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Up next for the Phillies.
Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Nope, that's inside.
Now, these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap, but, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ballgame.
Signs of movement in the Giants bullpen. Jose Buto, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Miller, the power lefty, up as well.
Yep, that ball went out.
The Phils with the tying run at the plate here in the bottom of the 6th. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Two now. Got him looking. That's a strikeout. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. In steps Adolis Garcia, also known as El Bombi. Yeah, that's fouled off. Oh, 1 down. And ball one. Challenge from behind the dish here. And it's a called strike after the review. So they've still got both their challenges. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Strikeout number 8.
Oh, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts. So they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
Oh, 1 now. Out to short. Adames gets him easily, ends the inning. Phillies strand 1. They trail it here 4-2. Here in Philadelphia.
Now pitching for the
Out of the
Phillies,
bullpen for the Phillies,
number 46,
Jose Alvarado.
Jose.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
And the 0-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Oh, 2 now.
Nope. Ball 1.
Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. Pretty close, but it was a ball. 1 challenge remaining for them now. To third, Leon. And the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th.
Up next for the Giants, the first baseman, Rafael Devers.
And it's Rafael Devers in the box. Certainly a factor in this one thanks to his 3-run blast back in the 5th.
Well, definitely one of the most impactful swings of the game. A big reason why they're working with the lead and looking to add to it right here, Boo.
Hey!
Just
Nope,
missed.
that's a ball.
Alvarado, a 6'2 southpaw, 245 pounds, and he was born in Venezuela.
Ball! That's down.
On the ground to the left, and that's just foul. Here's the 2-2. There's a swing and a drive. Can't get to it as it drops into the corner. Safe at second with a double. 3rd hit for him this afternoon.
Well, this has been a really nice game at the plate for him. He looks locked in. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws. Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit. Man, he was really tardy on that fastball. Great job of setting him up by throwing the curveball. Add some velocity to it on the next pitch. Can't catch up.
Man at second. Foul ball still 0-2. This one kicks away from Real Muto. And the runner holds. Ripped to third and caught.
That at bat is a positive sign, even though it probably doesn't feel like it. You hit the ball hard, but it doesn't always work out in your favor. Sometimes a defender is there to make a play.
And now Bader up to the plate. 1 for 3. Steps off. Lead runner back to second.
Ball.
Runner at second, 2 down. Here in the top half of inning number 7.
Hey.
Caught him looking for the K. A double in the inning, but they leave him stranded. 7th inning stretch time. It's the Giants 4 and the Phillies 2. This is Phillies baseball on the show Northeast. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Jose Butto.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here. So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. You always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
Got him. 1 down. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. When you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
Sosa at the plate for the 3rd time as he comes up empty there. Strike 2. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first 2 batters he's faced in this one, getting straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter. I'm so glad I'm retired.
2 down, nobody on. Swinging a foul straight back. Struck him out looking. And he strikes out the side of the 7th.
Well, he's saying who needs the defense? An immaculate inning. 3 strikeouts, 9 pitches. We just witnessed something really special.
Here in Philadelphia, top of the 8th, Elliot Ramos digs in now. That one missed. Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitch. Orion Kerkering will take over here.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
And that's
Ball
off
2.
The inside edge. And the count now 2-0. That one found hard the other way. Here's a 2-1. That's in there at the knees, and it's strike 2. Pitch in the dirt. Full count now. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
Knee high, that's in for a strike.
There it was, a high velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
The 0-2. And that just misses. And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. It just shaved the zone. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. One down. Casey Schmidt, the next Giant to hit.
Casey Schmidt.
Hey!
Check
Ball that
swing.
low.
No appeal. Ball one. The 1-1 is fouled off. Just misses the mark outside the zone.
Just missing off the plate there, according to the umpire, and out there on the mound, maybe trying to get an explanation. Can't say he's convinced, but it looks like he's accepted it.
Got it. Now 2 away.
Clearly looking out over the plate on that outer third, and that pitch finished right down the middle, just a little bit in, and he couldn't pull the trigger.
Slapped foul. Bottom of the zone and a called strike. Ramos leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Swing and a miss. Struck him out, and he's registered 3 Ks in this one. One left for San Francisco as they can't add to their 4-2 lead. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Eric Miller.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Here's your 1. Lined into left center field, and that's going to fall for a hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Everything came together for him. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
Harper.
Bryce Harper to the plate.
Hey!
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ballgame.
Ball.
Just missed.
That's ball 2.
That one is absolutely belted. And it one-hops the wall. The relay, not going to get him. He's in there.
Oh, just a nice job coming through in a pretty high-leverage spot right there. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it. A chance now to even the score and maybe extend this game.
Late on that fastball. The Phillies with the go-ahead run at the plate here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. That one finds the zone, and the count is 0-2. Just missed.
This is a situation where the hitter is looking for something up in the zone that he can get his arms extended. What you have to be careful of is that pitch that's up, that's in on your hands. That'll pop you up in the infield, and that's exactly what the pitcher wants.
So the call stands. That knocks them down to 1 challenge left. Got him swinging. It's a strikeout. And that is a big first out. Runners at second and third and 1 out. And now the catcher comes up to him. JT Realmuto. Swings through the fastball up in the zone.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
That one's upstairs, ball 1. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. off the mark there. Ball 2.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
That's one misses, and the count is filled up. Adolis Garcia in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. And that'll load the bases.
Ball 4.
Good patience to take that walk and keep the line moving, and it sets up a critical at-bat coming up with the bases loaded here. The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
There's a strike.
Tough situation right here. So important as a pitcher to get ahead in the count as he did right there.
Fouls away the first offering. So the tying run at second. Swings and misses. Struck him out. Huge strikeout there. So the closer summoned from the... And Ryan Walker.
Well, no margin for error in terms of throwing strikes with the bases loaded. Just has to execute one pitch at a time to try to get out of this.
On the ground to third. Out to escape a bases-loaded jam unscathed. Phillies leave them loaded, still down by a count of 4-2. Oh. Set to start the ninth in this one. Now it's the Giants catcher, Patrick Bailey. And that one is downstairs, and it's 1-0. This one drilled right center field. That one heading for the fence and gone. Third home run of the season, and they tack one on the board. It's 5-2.
And that shot makes their grip on the lead even tighter.
Ground ball to the right side. Harper takes it himself. One pitch and one out.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
Now it's Devers at the plate. In the air, left field, down the line, and no one can get to it. It's a foul ball. What a stop. Over to first. Nicely done for the out.
The batter, number 2, shortstop, Willie Adames.
Two down, bases empty, but one run across here at the top of the ninth. Brings it in for the third out. The Giants get one back with the solo shot. On now to the bottom of inning number 9. You're watching Phillies baseball on the show Northeast. Back at Citizens Bank Park. Bottom of the ninth, Brandon Marsh stands in for the Phillies.
Wow, just a beautiful backdoor slider right there. If you've got any chance of hitting that pitch, you have to wait until the absolutely last millisecond. Just a tough pitch to hit, and not an easy one to throw either.
Ball one.
That's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
This one in the air, center field. Bader under it. And there's one down.
Up next for the Phillies, the second baseman, Ed Sosa.
Got it started a little too early. Strike one.
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
The 0-1. Way out front for strike two.
Fooled on that pitch, got a little anxious, and now in a 2-strike count, he's going to have to widen out his stance, choke up on the bat, and really make sure he has pitch recognition before pulling the trigger.
That misses the zone. Ball three. Payoff pitch. And he can't come up with it. Still fires to first. And he's going to make it to first. And we'll see how they score.
Well, looked like a pretty routine play. Just couldn't get it to stick in the glove as he gets tagged with the error. Should have been 2 outs in the inning, but now they have to work around it and get 2 more.
Here in the bottom of the 9th, 1 out. Justin Crawford getting ready to hit to the right side. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. Gets it there in time, though, and now they have a base runner at second.
This is what it's all about on that right side of the diamond when you've got the first baseman involved and the pitcher as well. First baseman does a great job, knocks the ball down, gets away from a little bit, doesn't panic. The pitcher's exactly where he's supposed to be. Nice feed and a nice play for the out.
No, inside.
Gets him to chase after that one. The Giants trying to close out a 3-run lead. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. Off the plate,
outside.
2-1.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
They're down to their final strike. Got him, and that's the ball game.
Well, this was a tightly played game. Got a little of everything. Some timely hitting, runs on the board, key pitching and defense in certain spots. Definitely a fun one to watch.
And your final score, 5-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.